Okay, now we're going to start with some lumbar stretches. And these can either be done, obviously not everyone has one of these tables in their home. So you can certainly do them on the floor, or you can do them on your bed if you have a nice firm mattress. And I prefer that you do start with them in the morning before you get out of bed in the morning. It's a great way to send some blood flow into the lower back musculature and kind of let your muscles know you're getting up and getting ready for the day. The first one we're going to start with is called the pelvic tilt. So you're just going to lay flat, and when you do so, you're going to tilt the pelvic muscles up while pushing the belly button down into the ground. And you're going to hold that for about 10 to 15 seconds. And then relax. And then again, you're going to tilt that pelvis up, pushing the belly button down to the ground. And again, hold that for about 10 seconds and relax. Very good. Now we're going to move on to the knee to chest stretch. The one thing I want you to be careful of is when you are going to lift the knee up to the chest, you want to make sure when you're doing that stretch, you're grabbing below on the hamstring muscle. Don't grab up here on the knee. Even if you don't have a knee problem, I don't want to induce a knee problem. So you're going to stretch and hold. And again, slow and controlled is the key with all these stretches and exercises. And you're going to do each side 8 times, grabbing onto the left and right leg one at a time. Make sure you place that foot back down on the table before you lift the other leg back up, okay? Always grabbing below the knee. Stretch and hold, and back down. 8 times for each leg. You're going to cycle through 3 times. The next stretch we're going to move into is when you can do both at the same time. Now, if you were doing this left and then right and you had some pain or discomfort, stop. We don't want you to continue on. Give us a call. We'll work through it with you, or we'll bring you into the office. Okay, but as long as there's no pain on the first or second, you can proceed with the third one, which is both legs at the same time. Again, grabbing on below and stretching, bringing that knee to that chest, stretch and hold when you bring it all the way up and back down. 8 times to each for each of these exercises. So when you're lifting both legs at the same time, again, it's 8 times each. Okay. And again, you would cycle through those several times throughout the day. Now we're going to do the piriformis stretch, which is a really great stretch for everyone to be doing. I want you to bring your leg up and you're going to cross it over, okay? Now, initially, if you're tight, you may only be able to get this far with your knee. One of the things that you can do is assist with the opposite knee and just give a gentle resistance to it until you can really open up that whole piriformis muscle and get that good stretch in. Once you are in line, you're going to lift that opposite leg. Again, where do we grab? Underneath the knee. Stretch and hold 8 times. Very good. Always whatever we do to the left, we do to the right. So you can bring that leg down, open up the other. Of course, Courtney's nice and limber, so she can get all the way open. But again, if you can't, if you have some resistance, some tightness, you can still do the stretch from this area. But I want you to first try to work on pressing and opening up that hip joint, okay? And then grab underneath. And you're going to bring 8 times up and 8 times back down. Slow and controlled. Okay, now we're going to move on to lumbar rotations. Again, you're going to keep, for this one, it's really important that you keep those hips centered and down. Don't lift the hips. Don't roll them when we're going from side to side. Don't let that hip lift up off the ground. And we're going to slowly drop to the right. This is a great rotation for the lumbar spine. Bring it back up. And we're going to do the same thing now to the left. Excellent. 8 times to each side. Okay? And the last stretch is a hamstring stretch. So if you have bands at home, they're great to use. If not, you can use a towel. And what I want you to do is just start with that leg straightened up. You want to place that towel or that band closer to the ball of the foot, okay, to the top of the foot. And what we're going to do is go into a deep flexion like Courtney has done here. And when you do that, you should feel that stretch all the way down the back of the leg. And when it's a hamstring stretch, you should really feel it in the hamstring. You're going to hold that for about 8 to 10 seconds. And when you release, you're going to point your toe. And that's the relaxation part of the stretch. And then you're going to flex it again. And when you flex, good. You should feel that stretch coming all the way down the back of the leg. You're going to do that 8 times to the right leg. And then when you're finished, then you can just relax that leg all the way down. Very good. And then we're going to do it to the same thing to the opposite leg. All the way up. Make sure sure you get that band or that towel towards the top of the foot here. Stretch it down, stretch and hold for 8 seconds. And then relax it and run through that about 8 times.